Hey there, everybody. We're going to get to the West Coast Let's Play episode in a minute. First of all, I'm just going to show this fix. If you unzip the Tazewell County map, if you go into maps, open up the actual map in Giants Editor, and you don't even have to worry about moving controls. If you're brand new to editing, you can download the editor. I'll provide a link to my Getting Started with Giants Editor video. All you need is the editor from the Giants mod hub, or Giants Developer Network, excuse me. And you don't even have to find it on the map. Look at this. So all you need to do is go to Deemer Farms 17, animals, and then pigs husbandry. What you are looking for is straw plains, pig straw plane. No, I'm sorry. It's just gonna be under tip triggers, and then pig straw trigger, and then shovel catcher. You want to move this from where it's at now to negative. So this is the y coordinate. You only want to move the y one. Move it to about negative 1.3. That puts it right there on the surface of the cement. And if you want to see what I am doing, it is right inside here. So what happened is at some point, I tested everything and then I decided, hey, this will be a good idea. Let's move this straw thing around. Let's make it bigger. Let's move it. Whoops. Let's move it up a little bit. Let's move it all over the place. And then, of course, if you move a parent in Giants Editor, of course, you move the children. The shovel catcher is actually a rigid object, and that is what people are hitting. It obviously wasn't quite that high. I'm going to actually Control Z all of those changes, but here we go. So the shovel catcher was at a distance of something like 1.0 and some odd change, which put it right up there. And if you have a shovel load or something, it's gonna act like a solid wall. And again, I apologize. At some point I moved it and I never remembered to go back and test it. And it's probably just something where I didn't even realize I had to retest it because I forgot that the shovel catcher was a child of this group, and I was just probably moving around this pig straw trigger and let's put it a little bit higher, totally forgetting that there are children that you're moving. Oh goodness, the children. Okay, so anyway, I apologize for that oversight, and I hope that doesn't ruin too many people's days. As far as I can tell, it will basically only cause a problem when you go to shovel out manure. So either don't use pigs or don't clean up the pig manure until the most recent update from Giants, which will be sometime in the near future. I'd like to wait for at least a few more bugs to get in the bug report. And remember, if you do have bugs to report, come on here onto the FSUK website. It's where I am normally going to be at. You can get there by going to the mod itself and then click on Tazewell County and go on down to the bottom here for the support talk. Ooh, I get a review. What's this? This map really captures feeling it for open country is good as a map I've seen. Now I have used for big map. Yeah, thank you, Hoot. That's awesome. That's what I was hoping. I was hoping for just exactly that. And for those of you that don't know, Tazewell County you can kind of see the Illinois River coming along right there. It eventually feeds into the Mississippi River right there, going down the border of Illinois. And based on the proximity to the Peoria River there, it's got a few little creeks and a few little tree areas. So anyway, it's not like your typical American map, but it's I hope that it's something that you guys enjoy. But anyway, enough of that. We are going on to the West Coast. Oh, man, I just feel so sick to my stomach because I hate making errors, and that's an embarrassing error. And I know mistakes happen, and no map is error-free when you upload it, but that could potentially make pigs at least unplayable for some people, and I do apologize for that error. Anyway, let's get on with the West Coast, and actually, before we get on with the beautiful West Coast here at, look at this sign, gotta look at the sign, Mountain View Farm. All right, we're gonna run out to the field. Yes, we do have global market chat for those of you who might have missed the past episodes. There's our little global market. I don't think we're gonna do any selling, but I do like to keep that open. Let's run up here to the field, and I'll keep talking while I run over to look at that beautiful stack of bales. Of course, I didn't do that myself. That is one of the things I've been busy about. As soon as I get the edits finished, I'm going to upload this to FSUK. And of course, I'm not going to upload the whole trailer. It will just be some files to drag and drop into your mod and make it a universal auto load trailer. And I have actually set it up as a separate mod just in case. Well, I mean, the biggest reason I did that is while I was editing. That way I could keep the, where are we at? So that way I could keep the normal, if I can find it. There we go. So that way I can keep my normal trailers on the farm, and then also I had the universal auto load one as well, without messing up my original trailers, just in case. Well, I mean, because that took a long time to test that thing out. Anyway, we're gonna go and deliver this. This is part of the test. I have to. Oh goodness. So, I'm actually gonna unload this. So right now, when you are using, for those not aware, for those of you using this, unless you hit unload right now, that Y key, these do not have real weight. And actually, I don't even have this set up for more realistic mod yet. I will make a separate more realistic mod for this trailer using the XML databank, but of course that will just be a, a file you download, and it's going to link back anyway. I can talk more about that later, but for now, let's see, where were we going with this project? Oh man, I think I was wide enough. I just didn't turn in time. Yeah, I don't think I'm hitting the actual fence. I think that Fritzy there is just hitting something. So let's turn a little bit sharper. Look at that. Look at that. We got out of there just fine. So let's switch back to our farm, driving like a drunk person. So for those of you still listening, I will be live streaming on Thursday. My shift schedule kind of got swapped around. So I'll be staying up all night this Thursday, which is actually tomorrow night as you are watching this. So Thursday, what is that? Tomorrow's the 20th, and Thursday is the 21st. So Thursday the 21st, I'll be staying up all night. I haven't set a start time for the stream yet because I need to make sure my wife goes to sleep first. And she's a really light sleeper, and she has a really hard time sleeping without me, and she has health problems, so I need to make sure she goes to sleep. So I'll probably set up this stream time for something like 11, but I might be earlier. I might be a little bit after there. It just really depends on a lot of things, but yeah, like I said, I don't really know when that's going to be. So let's see, where should we put these bales? I kind of just putting them all over there in the past, but I don't know if I like that. Well, we just gotta test out the auto load. You know what? That's the great thing about the auto load. If we put them in the wrong spot, I can pick them up easily and move them later. And of course, the whole reason yes, you might be wondering, why is this guy preaching more realistic mod, but he is using no reversal auto load? Well, it's because there is no easy way to simulate. Hey, brother, go out to that field with with Manny over. Not there. Where's Manny? Where's Manny? I don't even know where Manny's at. Go out to Manny is our telehandler. Go out there with Manny and pick up the bales. Yeah, there's no way to do that. There's no way to simulate that by, yes, what I was saying. There's no way to simulate that. Let's figure this out. B. I don't want them on that side. I want them on that side. And let's hit unload. There we go. So, of course, we get a little rollage, but that's to be expected based on how I did this. And in case you didn't figure it out, I'm kind of setting up this trailer to work where, I guess I'm kind of assuming that you're going to use the, the creels, whatever. I guess they're called creels. I'm not sure if that's a translated word. I think CD Models is British or Irish or English speaking, so I don't think that's a translation thing. I guess they're just called creels. I don't know. Like I said, I don't bail in real life. That didn't happen. Nobody saw it. Like I said, I don't bail, and if we just go fast enough, you don't notice it. There we go. No, I think part of the problem is this trailer is not, like I said, it's not converted to MR yet. It does slip and slide just a little bit. I have noticed that from when I have been playing. Let's take a wide turn, and then, what are we stuck on? I didn't think I was stuck on anything. Oh, I stuck on the tree. Stuck on the darn tree back there. This trailer, okay, yes, I know part of that was I hit the tree back there, but this trailer is definitely slipping and sliding around. That is part of the problem. I do need to make this MR. Even if it doesn't have weight on the trailer when the bales are in the auto-loading position, it is nice to have the friction on the wheels from MR, and right now we don't even have that. So That's something that we're going to have to fix and add, because that's not really, yeah, that's not really acceptable. So that's not acceptable either. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna get this sorted out here. Let's run up here to Von Frederick and hop on in, and there we go. Let's do that thing and this thing. There we go. All right, so now let's, you know what? I think what we're gonna try is something a little bit risky. Let's set up courseplay here. Let's get a nice little outside view while we're setting this up. And, well, first of all, we have to remember what field this is. You are field number 23. So let's go to 23, and we're gonna just kind of cheat maybe a little. Wait, no. I don't want to do that. I want to do grass fields and field 23. I want to load you, and then I want to start at nearest waypoint, because we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna cheat just a little bit and start like we're gonna start right there. Yeah, so let's turn you around. Well, first of all, we need to turn you on. Let's lower. And I think I did just replace, and this is gonna give me a fuel error warning, but we're gonna head on in here, and then we're gonna hit the play button as soon as we get started. And here we go. So let's hit drive course and see what happens. So you're gonna go, and then my brother is gonna go behind you, and he's gonna pick up bales. That's what my brother's gonna do. So we're going to do this. We're gonna have these guys doing something together, and we're gonna just see how this works. I don't know how well this will work, but we're gonna try this, so that way my brother can kind of, you know, and granted, since I am role-playing, I will have to be prohibited from using Manny, our little telehandler, during this time, because this would really be Manny out here in the field. But let's try the follow me mod. I think that's probably the easiest in course play. All right, guys. Well, I had a little bit of a mishap there. I accidentally hit a button that meant that I stopped recording, and I thought that I was. So I am sorry about that. I'm not sure. I'll have to figure out when in editing how much you missed, but I think it was right as Fritz was turning around, and I was figuring out the whole the whole shenanigans that I have going on out there. And remember, we are pretending that there is a telehandler out there actually loading things up. It's really the only way to send the computer hired help that I'm talking about, the universal auto load. It's really the only way to send the hired help out in the field and get them to stack bales. So that's just what we're gonna do. And does the universal auto load show up here? Doesn't look like it. Well, that's just something, yeah, like I said, we're just gonna have to play that by ear. Let's see how many. I think we will. I mean, we'll. What am I trying to say? We'll keep as many bales here as home as possible. I think that just looks horrible. We gotta fix that. That's just ugly. Let's see. So this is the wrapped bale handler. We need our big 4-stacker again. So let's go get the big stack. The big stack going. And we are going on out. Let's just go out this back way in case, for those of you just joining the West Coast, we have created our, well, we've done a few little things. We've done a few things, mostly small, insignificant changes, but, well, significant enough that they matter. But we haven't really changed much. Just taken out a few hedges and leveled a few things out just a little bit so that it gives us a little bit more large-scale farming. And here we go. We are going on in here. We really need to fill up all of our tractors with fuel. And, oh my goodness, we have all tractors here, don't we? We don't have any tractors taking care of the animals. And while we are at it, I've actually started, let's see. We got to check our animals. Water. Okay, so it looks like animals are pretty good. Animals are pretty good right now. That's fine. Let's get up here a little bit more and drop this guy. There we go. And let's see, back up and attach. Now, I forget which button on my side console is attach. Do I even have attach? Attach with for no. I don't think I have attach on my side console. I really should hook that up. And we're gonna go out and get us some bales. Bales of hay, more specifically. And we're gonna drive the whole way backwards because that's how we do things here on the West Coast on the Sim Station. I don't think I ever finished my thought, so I am going to be. I can't remember if I ever talked about this, but I'm gonna be. What am I saying? I'm gonna be staying up all night Thursday. My schedule changed a little bit. I'm gonna be staying up all night Thursday, and I'm gonna be streaming. The problem is when the stream starts is still up in the air because basically family comes first, and I gotta basically make sure my wife falls asleep because she is a light sleeper and she has a hard time sleeping without me. Yes, I know, that's cute. Anyway, okay, had a little bit of shakiness there. Anyway, the stream will probably start at 10 or 11, maybe a little bit later than that, but I don't want to put a set time on it. I will probably start an event, but just be advised that event may not start at scheduled time. So just be aware of that if you are looking for that event to start and it's not starting. And then on Saturday, so Thursday night is just going to be Factorial. I'm going to call it like help get me 20 million green circuit cards. That's going to be the goal of the night. And then whoops, I'm messing everything up. And then the other thing, well, you should really start that at the front, I think. So that way you can try to get full stacks on there. Anyway, what else I was going to say is, okay, so Thursday night, all-nighter is going to be Factorial. And that's, of course, going to be open play. Anybody who wants to play can hop on in a server with me and whoever else is playing. We're going to just grow the factory and get as many green circuit cards as we can. Well, I mean, of course, try to beat the game and, stuff like that. Maybe we should just start with launching a rocket because I think I'll be playing with a lot of people that haven't even gotten that far. So let's just plan on maybe launching a rocket first. But oh man, that is just horrible. We gotta fix that. That's way too much wasted space. We can go, you know what? I really kind of miss, if any of you have ever driven a forklift, you will notice how they have a side shifter that can shift the left to right, basically. So that way you just get kind of close, and then you can side shift it left or right to get it, perfect. And that's what I'm really no. Okay, let's just take a minute to relax and say how awesome was that. I thought for sure those were gonna topple. That was a little bit oh man, I thought for sure those were going over the edge. Wow, those just rubber banded back. That was awesome. All right, so let's keep going. Anyway, yeah, so Friday night will be nothing. Thursday night, can I finish the thought? Thursday night, I will be streaming all night long. I'm not sure what time it will start, but I'll put something up there. And then Saturday, let's say 1 p.m., I will start a stream, and I will stream for, let's say, 3 hours. Like I said, none of those are guaranteed, but that is the most likely time that I can figure as of now. And that way, you guys can download those mods. Be sure to get on there. Get on the Discord if you haven't already and download those mods. Oh my goodness, we got a little problem going on over there. We're gonna have to go over there and fix it first. Easy on the pedal, easy on the pedal. Okay. First, let's drop off this load first. And there we go. And go back. Okay, so that is pretty good. Now we have to fix things up. Oh, goodness. What a nightmare. All right, let's try to back off this bale here. And you know, part of the problem might be, are you full? No, you can get more bales than this. Oh goodness. Oh, I'm gonna edit this part out. Probably. I hope so. Otherwise, come on. Okay, so let's just help Fritzy out here real quick. And I think I can stop. You know what? I've got him on the windrowing course. It was good for a little bit, but let's just stop our dear friend Frederick here. Frederick, you can stop, and we can cancel out of that course, and that should take care of all of the round bailing, at least. Oh, come on. You know, I got caught between using my steering wheel, and then I'm like, no, I'm not going to use my keyboard. Not going to use my keyboard. And then I just didn't do anything and went straight. Okay, so I think we can fold you up, actually, perhaps. How do we fold you up? Do we... I think I did, right? Was that folding? I think that's about as folded as it can be. Anyway, let's just take you back. Let's fix up a few things. All right, so we're gonna turn to our left here and go on out, right? Because the rest of the fields are gonna be, or are they? That was only... Actually, that was only 2 fields with round bales, but actually we did say that, if I remember correctly, we did field 29 with round bales and 23 with round bales. And we were originally going to split it up 3 and 3 between 21, 22, 23, 24, 27, 29. But we decided that since 23 is so big and 29 is a good size and 24 is smaller and 22 is smaller, I think we decided that the 24, 27, 22, and 21 are going to be all hay bales. And I think that is what I see out there. So why are we over here, though? Why did we're just all over the place this episode? I got to get back into the swing of things. I've been a little bit out of it, I guess you could say. We are, I still feel sick and stupid about that error. And I don't say that for pity or consoling or whatever, but I just... You know, you work so hard and then you forget a stupid error like that on a map. It's just, it's hard to forgive yourself. Like, who's it that said that everybody is their own worst critic, or you're always your own worst critic, or something like that? And it's pretty much true from what I can see. Anyway. All right, so let's continue this episode. Here, and we can actually put this baler away, right? Yes, that's what I just said. So let's actually back you. Let's see, what's the easiest way to... I think maybe instead of trying to back you in all the way, let's pull forward and then try to back you at an angle. I think that might be the best plan. Kind of something like this, and then that doesn't leave any room for turning, though. I don't know about that. I don't know. Maybe if I get on the outside, but yeah, but then I can't turn inside the building. Let's try this and turn. Nope, that's not going to be sharp enough. I think, let's see, how can I do this? I think if I get enough of a turn going before I get inside the shed and then keep it, nope, that didn't work. That was too sharp of a turn. All right, let's try this. How are we going to park you? Well, okay, you know what? I think I was wrong. That's just too hard. I think that I need to back you in all the way from the front here. I missed you. I can drive without hitting things. There is evidence. And please don't. I thought I was gonna eat my words right there. All right, let's get you going here. Let's just. Oh, you know what? This is just turning into a nightmare. This is one embarrassing failure after another. And stop it! No, I couldn't. I won't even try to have an excuse. This is just a huge baler. Okay, here we go. We're gonna crank it, but not too early. And now we crank. And is that too early? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe. There we go. And now we gotta straighten it up. And we gotta straighten it up a little bit earlier. Oops. 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 Backwards, wrong way. Okay, so we're gonna do it this time. This is the time. This is the time. This is the time. I did it. I did it. I did it. I didn't do it. I hit way too many things. I'm tired. It's not my fault. Wait, are we... Oh, that's right. I gotta detach the hoses. There we go. And then that. And there we go. Yeah, can't forget about those hoses, guys. That's a very important step, it turns out. If you have manual attaching on, you need hoses. You need... Okay, we're gonna go right... Nope. Didn't make the turn. You know what? Let's go fill you up with fuel first. How about that for an idea? What an idea. Let's get fuel in you first, Frederick. What do you think about that? Okay, so we're going to put fuel in you. We're going to wind up this episode, and the next episode will be, I might skip over feeding animals. I don't really know. I mean, that's going to be a little bit of fast forward action with a little bit of, I mean, you know, because I can't feed the animals right now anyway, so it'll be a little bit of time past there, and I don't know if I'll stop to just feed the animals if there's nothing else there. Actually, I'll probably feed the animals right before a big harvest episode, and I'll meet you guys live when we harvest, unless, I don't know, maybe I'll do some bale stacking action, because everybody loves stacking bales. It's just fun and relaxing and soothing, and yeah. So anyway, one other note on, I do know, yes, I know that I have made these stacks a little bit high and unrealistic. You would probably not stack wrapped bales, you know, 3 high, especially if they're 1.5 meter bales. Those are pretty big bales to be stacked 3 high if you are using silage, but we're gonna do it anyway because I'm a little crazy. I'm the type of person that when they unload groceries, I carry every single thing from the trunk of the car all in one trip and never have to make a second trip, even if that means, well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever really dropped anything, but it's make as few trips as possible. That's what I do with the groceries. But yeah, I think, you know, well, granted, you know, in real life, okay, I was going to say, in my defense, if you were this close and you were only on your own property, you know, it'd probably be okay to overload a trailer a little bit for such a short distance. But, you know, then if it's such a short distance, why are you overloading a trailer? It just, you probably wouldn't do it in real life. It just wouldn't make any sense. Are we all, is that all the round bales? I thought there was more. Is that really all the round bales? I suppose that we have them all then. Oops. Let's, okay, well, it would appear that we have, oh, wait, is there, no, that's a tree. It would appear that we have all of the round bales then, guys. We are good. I just drove 2 circles around, and that's the last of them. Okay, so that should keep us some silage for a little bit then. How about that, guys? Okay, so are we going to get out of here without destroying our bale trailer? You know, if this was MR, I would probably put the bales unloaded onto the actual trailer itself, but since it's not MR, it's just not right. It slips and slides way too much. And we're gonna take this carefully down into the farm, and they are wrapped. We can leave them out. So perhaps I should have grabbed the hay bales first before it rains tomorrow. Man, I am just making all kinds of wise decisions. I'm just making all kinds of wise decisions today. Left and right. Oh, goodness. Well, I am tired. I have worked. You know, this work schedule is going to be kind of tough. We basically lost an operator, so we have to compress kind of 5 shifts into, or with 4 people, they have to operate a 5-man shift. And, you know, we could rework the schedule so that it's a little bit easier, but then that would throw everybody off for, holidays and future plans and vacations that they have. So basically you keep the schedule the same, and it's just kind of a mess for a little bit here, but I'm a little bit stressed and overworked, but this is a great stress relief, and I am so happy that I can play this, and I have followers to watch my videos and comment, and hopefully enjoy them. Hopefully I bring you guys some laughter and enthusiasm, and yeah, we're just gonna stop there. Let's continue on. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna bring. Wait, where did I leave? Oh, that's right. Frederick was filling up with fuel. I guess. We're going to continue loading these bales, but, it's probably a good idea to kind of put some straps on there first before you tilt over the bales, the rest of your stacks there, and, whoops, the wrong way. Yeah, and that's just how you do it. Do we have, let's look over here first to see if we have any stacks over here. And I think that I do not. Yes, that is close enough to determine that. We have one down here on the south side, and then I think the rest are all... Wait, is this even south? That's the north side of the field. I'm just... You know what? I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, so I think that we are done talking about... Let's see. I did cover the stream. That is on... You know what? I'll just start saying my goodbye now. I will... I talked about a stream, which will be on Thursday and Saturday. The times of the stream will be Thursday at something like 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, or maybe 11, and then the stream on Saturday will be something like 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. I think that's probably the best time to do it, and still be able to have a big multiplayer episode for Stop and Bach, for the most people. I could play Stop and Bach if we have a lot of people really interested Thursday night, and they're staying up really, really late, or perhaps really early on the over in the UK. I think that I could play Stop and Bach on Thursday, but I've really been looking forward to a huge multiplayer crude episode on Factorial, so I think I would like to play Factorial on Thursday. So yeah, I hope that you guys can join me on Factorial. If you've never played Factorial, I have gotten a few people started with Factorial in my channel, and they can all attest at how awesome the game is, despite them having never played it before. And some of them I don't even know if they've heard of it before, but they are brand new players and they are already loving it. I see them playing it all the time on our Discord channel, so be sure to... Yes, oh, that's one final thing. If you need the mods for the stream, look on our Discord channel. The link should be in my description box, and you can see on the announcement, you'll see pound announcement. It's a channel that only I can comment on, or maybe moderators can as well. I'm not sure on that. But the only comments on there are, like, the top 10 comment is the server information with the mods for... Almost lost it. With the mods for Saturday. Saturday it's gonna be, and then Factorial. Oh, that's we need to close the thingy. Close the thingy. that got a little ugly there. Oh man, we're gonna have to. Yes. Anyway, the Factorio. In case you are just now. Oh no, I did it. Oh man. I wasn't even close to it. Look at this. Oh, it was pushing down on the trailer what did it. That's what did it. Oh man. Oh, I'm just, and then I got flustered, and I just need to resort back to mouse and keyboard controls, don't I? That's what I need to do. Good old-fashioned mouse and keyboard never hurt anybody. Well, I'm sure they did hurt someone. Let's actually, can we do this where I go like this, and then let's just try pushing like this, and let's extend you. Let's see what happens. There we go. That worked pretty good. Oh, it didn't work good. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got it under control now. Kind of. I wonder, you know what? Let's try something here. Let's try. I think we can cheat a little bit. Well, maybe not cheating, but let's go like this. And you know what? we're gonna latch those on. We're gonna strap those down. We don't want the same thing to happen. Let's try a little magic trick. Look at the turning radius on Manny there, or Fanny. I guess Fanny. Good old Fanny. I am very original with names, but hey, so are all of my viewers because they're the ones that named most of my stuff. So I'm only as creative as my viewers. Let's we're gonna do this. I think. You know what? I need to do that. And that. And that. And that. And oh, well, we got one. Okay. Well, okay, so here's what we're gonna do then. We're gonna unstrap. You know what? Loading these on flat ground would probably be helpful, but we like to do the hard things here on. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay, we got this, guys. We got this. We got this. We got this. Look at the telehandler. Look at this. You know what? I think I'm just going to use mouse controls. I am so much more comfortable with... I was in the process of saying I'm so much more comfortable using mouse and keyboard controls when I missed it. When I do something like this, that it's just a lot easier to use mouse and keyboard. All right. So let's, we got this one now. And lift up. And going in for the kill place. Well, hopefully not kill. There we go. And look at that. One motion. We are getting the hang of it now. And there's just going to be a big space there. We might not be able to fit a full 4 stack on this guy. But, yeah, I missed it. Okay, well, that's not the end of the world. We're going to go like that and like... We're going to go like that and like that. There we go. I think the hill helped us out there. It didn't help us out before, but it helped us out there. And up all the way. And I know the mouse and keyboard just isn't, you know what? It's not as smooth and fun for you guys to watch, but it is much more relaxing for me because it's not as stressful. I do like stacking bales like that. Anyway, let's get in Billy here and see how many more stacks of bales we have. We're going to have to go all the way down to 1. And we are using, this trailer is MR now. Everything in the game is MR other than that autoload trailer. So we got to go nice and slow. And why is that wheel not touching? Was that just the terrain? It had to have just been the train because I was careful when I made this into a MR convert. I'm sure that's all it was. Just the train. Okay, so we only have one more stack up there. Let's kick it into second gear and go on down the hill and into the other field. Because I think this is the end of the episode. And yeah, I've been saying goodbye for a little while, even though it hasn't really been a formal goodbye. But we're taking this nice and slow. We're not gonna, you know, this isn't even a lot of bales, but, well, I guess it is kind of a lot of bales. They're stacked high at the very least. And we're taking this nice and slow and on this field. No tipping over. No tippage allowed. Oh, I love it when it wobbles like that. It makes you so scared. Oh, man. Oh, there it wobbles again. Okay, we're fine. It's not that much weight. And this is actually relatively flat right there, despite the kind of hill. I think maybe back here it was a little bit flatter, perhaps. So let's park right here for the night or day or whatever. We'll probably advance a night or something, and then we're gonna bale the rest of this field and that field. Those two other fields over there behind the trees, behind the cow pasture, and then I don't know what it'll be on Friday's episode. I don't know if I will be. Yeah, I don't know what I'll be on Friday's episode, but we will. Like I said, I might be harvesting. I might be doing a little bit of maintenance on the animals or stacking bales. I don't know. It's whatever's my fancy. This series, it's it's a realistic series, so it's gonna move slower naturally. And there's a lot of other great guys out there that do things a little bit faster. So I encourage you to check those guys out if you want some other content that moves faster. But we move pretty slow here on the West Coast. Oh, one thing that we can do to finish off, I won't include it on this episode, but it'll be the start of next episode if I remember. Cross my fingers. It is our beloved spreadsheet tracking all of our expenses. Oh my goodness, we can't forget those bales I left out there. It's our spreadsheet tracking all of the expenses. We got to do that before we advance any longer, otherwise we're going to be in some big trouble. So like I said, that typically takes a little bit of figuring to do. I'm not going to do it right now. We're going to do that. I'll do that off screen. And then I will remember to show you, or try my best to remember to show you for Friday's episode. And I'm looking forward to, it looks like Mapper's Paradise Charity Map is coming out soon. That is going to be awesome. And then also Oxford and David's Oakfield Farm. So I look forward to playing a little bit more on both of those maps. And maybe we'll get surprised with, I don't know, any other maps that are being worked on in work in progress threads, but that doesn't mean that there's no good maps out there being developed. There's actually a lot of cool maps out there on the, if you guys haven't, check out the work in progress threads on the on FSUK for the Modding Mania contest. There's a lot of cool mods and maps there in that thread. I think you might have to be a member to view the work in progress threads. I think I've seen that come up as an error before. So, but anyway, join FSUK if you're not a member. They are awesome over there. And that's where I got all my help for making my own map. And I also have another series for the Abandoned Forest map and tutorial where I basically build the map, and then whenever I come along with something that I haven't shown before, I do a tutorial series on it. And so right now I just completed getting a field definitions going. I did a stream where there was a train, but I kind of messed up on some stuff with that stream, and so I think that I am going to re-record that stream or that tutorial at some point and show you how to properly set up the train on your map. And hopefully I do it before I forget everything that I learned, because that's one of those things that you only do once on a map, and so you only do it like once or twice per year, and you forget stuff like that unless you just forget stuff like that because you don't do it very often. And I'll have to remember to do a tutorial on that before I forget. Anyway, I think that just about concludes this episode, which I've said like for the 5th time now. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode from the West Coast. And is there anything else left to say? I don't know. Billy? Manny? Where's Fritz and Frederick? Frederick was filling up with fuel. Where did our dear Fritz go? Where did I park Fritz? I am totally losing it. Where did Fritz go? Oh, that's right. We parked him in the shed with the stack of bales. Okay, so to conclude, we will drive Frederick on over to our baler, hook up to our baler, and be done with it. Whoops, don't want to go that way. That is the way of disaster. Yeah, we're not going to back into, oh my goodness, I forget his name. Oscar the Grouch. That is Oscar. I remembered. I got to remember to call him by name, and that's one of the reasons why I forgot his name, because I don't often use his name. I just drive by little Oscar. He's a little workhorse, and I always forget about him. He is one of the most probably undervalued members of our farm. Probably next to my brother, who I haven't talked about lately. Anyway, let's back up here, and if I remember correctly, there are no manual hoses. Let's see. So there we go. Um, One thing I was actually considering is when we move. Well, not considering. I'm gonna do it. I was actually probably going to use the Coon Pack Balers on our next series. And if you're just tuning in, remember when we switch to Oakfield Farm, it's going to be like a combination between this and Oakfield. I'm going to use the global market mod to transfer grain back and forth between the two, and one of them is primarily going to be an animal map, and one of them is primarily going to be, so it'll be animals and grass, and then the other map will be agriculture. And so, on that note, I was going to use these, since we're kind of switching things up. Um, Also because this is kind of an ugly baler. It's it's there's just very few mods that are up to giant standards. I'm not saying I could do any better, but um, the Giants mods are awesome, and so are I haven't had a chance to use my new. Where's my new? Where are they? Yes, these guys. Look at this. We have a bale collect, and we have a big square baler, and we have a round baler. So these things look pretty cool, and I want to use some more of this pack because, well, it looks pretty cool. And I want to use more of that pack because it looks pretty cool. And because Platinum Turbo gifted it to me, and he'd probably be mad if I never used it. But anyway, I think that concludes this episode. We're done talking. We're done talking, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And remember, download the mods from our Discord, which will be in the description link for the Stop and Buck series. That's going to be a stream on Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then I'll be streaming all night playing Factorial this Thursday night, which is the, 21st, I think 21st, whatever Thursday is this week. Factorial all night, no mods required, just the game Factorial. And all are welcome to play and learn Factorial, even if you never learned Factorial. So that is going to be Thursday night at something like 10 or 11 p.m. No set time, but I will set a schedule. But just know whatever the schedule says, it might be 30 minutes, an hour later than the schedule. Anyway, how about I turn off our tractor? There we go. All right, that's a good way to leave it. Don't want to leave the tractor running. Yeah, you wonder why my tractors are always out of fuel. That's why, because I leave them running and I leave the game. And yes, don't do that. Anyway, thank you all. Welcome to all my new subscribers. And yes, I am just having a lot of fun with the West Coast for now and waiting Oxford and David's Oakfield Farm. And the charity map, we haven't decided which one. Well, actually, I did hear that the charity map isn't going to have seasons, which makes it hard to do a combination series like what we have planned. Like I said, we're going to have a continuous, whatever map we go on, we're going to keep the West Coast running. That's what people wanted. And it's going to be like a story that's jumping back and forth. And we need to keep the seasons in parallel on both maps. And without full season support, I mean, I guess we could show only winter here. I don't know, but bales don't rot on maps without seasons. I don't know. There's a without the snow mask. There's a lot of things that aren't necessarily good with doing a map without seasons, and I think it'd just be too hard to figure everything out. Of course, it might be too hard to figure everything out with two maps with seasons anyway. But that's for me to figure out. And I wanted to say, I think I'm done. Okay, thanks, guys. Have a great episode or day. This was a great episode. Hopefully, you have a great day. Have a great thing. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done talking. Longest goodbye ever. See you guys later. Bye-bye.